Hi, my name is Kaylee Hanlon, and this is my senior project video presentation. Going into senior year, I knew that I was going to have to choose a topic for my senior project. My original thought process was that I was going to go back to school to get my home health aide license. I thought that that would benefit me in the future and it would give me enough hours for senior project, so it was a win-win. But senior projects are about challenging yourself and going outside your comfort zone. So I wanted to do something else, and as passionate I am about healthcare, I started to think, what else am I passionate about? And that's why I chose law enforcement. I chose law enforcement because my older siblings are in law enforcement. My older brother works for San Joaquin County Sheriff's Department, and my older sister works for Modesto Police Department. They chose to go into that career field together, and they graduated the academy together, which was amazing. But it was a rude awakening for myself and my parents and my other brother that they're going out on the streets every day and there's a chance that they're not going to make it home safe. That was really hard and still is really hard on all of us. My older brother is a huge advocate for fallen officers. There's a page online, it's called Officer Down Memorial Page. It shows all the statistics for fallen officers, and when I chose the law enforcement topic, I originally wanted to do a law enforcement memorial assembly. I wanted to show my classmates my perspective and try to humanize the badge a little bit. So my next step was to pick a mentor, and I had chose Dave Wallace. His brother Dennis Wallace died in the line of duty from Stanislaus County. So I couldn't think of a better mentor because he had been through it. He had lost a sibling. He was in law enforcement himself. I reached out to him and he was super supportive about the whole assembly idea, but he was also a very busy guy, and going to high school and trying to do sports and everything else was just a lot. So then I revised my project to do ride-alongs, and I chose my sister as a mentor. You're not really supposed to pick family members for mentors, but she was qualified. She's an officer herself. She was someone that I felt comfortable talking to and opening up to. So my first ride-along was with Justice Jones, our local CHP officer. It was the day of formal, and we started at about 10 o'clock a.m. I got to see a lot of different things: stolen vehicles, actually abandoned vehicles. We went to town, we pulled people over. Towards the end, we got to go to a Code 3 call, which was my favorite part about the whole ride-along, because not only did we get to go over 100 miles per hour to this motorcycle accident, but being a future ER nurse, that was something that got me really excited. Not because someone was hurt, but because the adrenaline of not knowing what you're gonna get or see is something that I really like. All in all, I made it to formal on time, barely. So that was my first ride-along, and that was about 5 hours. So for the rest of the hours, I was gonna do a ride-along with my sister Brooke and my brother Cody. I went all the way to Modesto to go on a ride-along with my sister Brooke, and originally I wasn't supposed to be riding with her at all because she's on probation. But her sergeants were amazing and let me ride with her. Riding with her was a scary and fun experience. It was fun because I was with my big sister and we were joking around and she was including me, and that all was good. But being in Modesto and seeing the domestic violence and the drugs and the homeless people and all of that was scary, because it's not something that I want my big sister to be around, but that's the career that she chose and that's out of my control. That ride along was from 5 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So I was with her for a very long day. I am very proud of the project that I chose because I got to live in the day that my siblings get to see every day. It's an awesome career. I think that too often people forget that police officers are people themselves, and their jobs aren't just to give out tickets or take people to jail. They might write a ticket and then 30 minutes before that they were giving CPR to a 3-month-old baby. They're first responders, they're heroes, and not everyone understands that. One thing that I learned about while doing this project was that no matter how much you plan something and how much you want it to happen, roadblocks come up. The coronavirus is one. Thankfully I got enough hours, but I never got to do a ride along with my older brother. I'm grateful that I got my hours before the coronavirus pandemic. But I'm very proud of the choice that I made to do my project on law enforcement. And although I'm sad that I didn't get to do my assembly idea, because it was amazing when I planned it out in my head, and I knew that it would be super empowering and kind of eye-opening for people. It didn't happen that way, but David Wallace was a huge help, even though he ended up not being my mentor and I didn't end up doing the assembly. He was a huge help. He's an awesome man. I'm thankful for my sister for being my mentor and taking me on a ride along and just doing what she does. And I'm thankful for Justice Jones, who took me on a ride along, and he's an amazing guy. He talked to me about a lot of things. He encouraged me to pursue my career in healthcare. The bottom line is that law enforcement officers have more than just one job. Their job is to keep people safe. It's to be a first responder. It's to come to the rescue when there's been a car accident, someone's not breathing, and a lot of people don't understand that, and that's why there have been over 600 deaths since the time that I started freshman year and the time that I'm graduating in the line of duty. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that everyone's staying safe. Yeah, that's it.